Yo, just checking in one time, back with another good book I read that can really help somebody out when it comes to their mental health and how they thinking about situations. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Good book. Really good book. Really helped my mental. So I'm gonna just go through 5 things from chapter 4, Value of Suffering. I then went through my own bit of suffering myself, so it's definitely some value in that. First good point that the book made is if suffering is inevitable, if our problems in life are unavoidable, then the question we should be asking is not how do I stop suffering, but why am I suffering and for what purpose? I really had to come to that when it came to breaking my bad habits and my suffering. I suffered a lot last year, so deep that I can cry on an instant thinking about everything I went through last year and put my parents through and everything I lost. It was just that emotionally still draining to think about, you know. But I have I have to think about it, and I had to think about it in a way that was going to be progressive towards me, not in a way that was going to keep me in a slump. You know, I had to really sit down and figure out, all right, what am I suffering for? Drugs, alcohol? Is that what it is? Okay, let's exit that out. Okay, now the suffering I went through last year is nowhere near the suffering I went through this year. And suffering might even be a bad way to coin it because I don't feel like I'm suffering. I just have a different set of problems this year than I had last year, and thank God for that. You feel me? Our values determine the nature of our problems, and the nature of our problems determine the quality of our lives. I valued turning up, chasing women, and getting high, and that no matter where I was, that was gonna lead me down. I put it to you like this: I was making a lot of money, I had a good job, and my values were so bad that it was no way to sustain that way of living. And when my values got better, the things that I focus on now, my life became better. It's as simple as that. Uh, Bad values, bad life. Good values, good life. What do you value? What do you see purpose? Showing that I'm the most lit person in the world from drinking is just not something that was sustainable for my lifestyle. You know, now I'm more fitness focused, mental health focused. While I'm talking about books, you know, I put value in things like these, and they show in the way of my life is going. You know, simple as that, really. Third part is that really stuck out to me is what is objectively true about your situation is not as important as how you come to see the situation, how you choose to measure it and value it. Okay? What is objectively true about your situation is not as important as how you come to see the situation, how you choose to measure and how you choose to value it. Everything is about how we choose to see it. You know, I saw my drinking and me chasing women, and I seen that it wasn't it wasn't no end game. You know, I used to make excuses for it, like I'm not the problem, it's the people around me that's the problem. I can still keep drinking and everything. I just need to change the people around me. And I still have to change people around me. But me continuing to value liquor and alcohol brought the same type of people around me. So it didn't matter who I was changing, them type of people were gonna be around them type of values. Now my values are fitness, mental health, and I've gained a lot more different people that I've come to be around more that are on the same trajectory as me, just off of the way I choose to value things. I put more value into Ron's mental and physical health than Ron's down in the bottom and chasing women, you know. So as simple as that, as far as what you choose to value would definitely determine the circles that come around you, you know. Ain't no other way around it. Shout out to Future. If you want to change how you see your problems, you have to change what you value and how you measure failure/success. So success for me a year ago was scraping up enough money, because I wasn't working like that, scraping up enough money to get a bottle and have a chick I can bone at the end of the night. That was success. That was success for me last year. You know what I'm saying? Really. But what's the end game in that? It's nothing progressive in that, you know. So now success for me on a day-to-day basis is, what does Ron do to gain some knowledge? What does Ron do to gain, period? Whether it's physically or mentally, you know, or even something as simple as getting my hair cut, little hygiene stuff that I took away because I was trying to support something that was more important to me than my personal self, you know. And that was a problem, you know. So, and this is my favorite one right here. Last one. Pleasure is a false god. Research shows that people who focus their energy on superficial pleasures end up more anxious, more emotionally unstable, and more depressed. Pleasure is most superficial form of life satisfaction, and therefore the easiest to obtain and the easiest to lose. I was chasing cheap dopamine, you know, cheap pleasures. You feel me? I mean, we live in a society now where pleasure can come so fast from the simplest things. I choose to be happy, and pleasure should be the result of the happiness I get from what I'm doing. You know, if I'm chasing, and sometimes happiness, it takes a lot to build up to that. You know, pleasure is something quick and something that can be gone that quick, and you right back depressed. You know, I just feel like that nowadays I don't have the same amount of, I don't have the good job I had. I don't have, you know, the same living status I had, you know, but what I do have is a sense of morals and values that will bring all the superficial things back into my life if I so want to, you know. Now I'm just looking for more freedom and time, and that's gonna come with the way I'm living right now, you know. I mean, it's as simple as that. I got my values focused on better things, and I know better things will come. It's just the process of putting in that work brick by brick, and working out helped me get to that mental mindset of knowing if you just keep continuing doing the right things will come back to you. Life can be that simple. You just got to figure it out. And this book right here, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, it's a good book. Simple as that.